Good morning guys, and welcome to another video. And because the weather is just so beautiful today, I figured that I might as well film here outside. I do hope that it's not too loud or anything, but it's just such a great way to start the day, being outside, seeing all this sun, and just spending time outside. I always start my day and my morning with a cup of water. In fact, I actually have my shaker cup next to my bed. That way when I wake up, it's the first thing that I reach for, and after that, it would definitely be coffee. And I just wanted to quickly show you guys as well my cute mug. So basically this is a 4-5-year-old Meg, and Mark had given it for me. Basically put my face on a mug, and it's been a running joke ever since. So I just want to show you guys up close. It is a pretty small breakfast. I can put the macros as well. I just added a little bit of sriracha on top as well, and this is pretty much 125 grams of egg whites that I quickly cooked up in a pan, and I also sauteed along to go with it sweet bell peppers, shiitake mushrooms, some spinach, and grape tomatoes. All in all, such a simple and light meal just to help me get the day started, help me not get hungry as I do some work. I've also been getting messages from some of you guys asking if I could show you guys basically what I normally eat in a day and how I like to build my meals. While I love being creative and trying new recipes, at the end of the day, I have to admit that I am still a creature of habit, and I probably just like change things around anywhere from 10 to 20 food ingredients that I personally love. When it comes to any meal, I really make sure that I have a good source of protein. I do eat meat, and one of my favorite protein sources would definitely be ground turkey, salmon, chicken, and sometimes a good piece of steak. And then I go crazy with my vegetables. Vegetables are a great source of carbohydrates. I personally don't have any issues, no problems with eating a lot of vegetables. And if you're the type who struggles eating your vegetables, I would definitely recommend try to find a vegetable that you guys personally enjoy and slowly add it into your diet. As with all things, you don't want to make a leap that is too big. Start small, make small changes, add in vegetables here and there until you're comfortable, until you've found vegetables and carbs that you really enjoy, and before you know it, you're eating a ton of vegetables. And then when it comes to fat, most meat will have a good amount of protein and fat. I know for a fact that if you're eating beef, even if it's lean beef, there will be a significant amount of fat in it, as well as salmon. I love salmon, and whenever I'm having salmon, it fills up my protein and my fat easily. If not, I like adding in some yogurt. I like adding in avocados. I'm a huge fan of avocados. I also like snacking with nuts, which is a great source of fat as well. After breakfast, pretty much caught up on some work, answered some emails, and worked on the guide that I actually just talked about and announced earlier this morning on Instagram. I have been working on an 8-week guide. So my goal in creating this plan is to give you guys a great blueprint, sort of like a list to succeed. It will have everything from workouts to guides to macros, nutrition, a full exercise library, as well as intermediate and beginner friendly regressions and training techniques and tips. So I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. It couldn't come in a better timing. It is summer. It is the best time to get out, to be active, and to smash those goals. So we just finished off with our workout. I had a great back and bicep day and pretty much just excited to come home. I will show you guys what my post-workout meal is. So I'll see you guys in the kitchen. And I'm just adding in a little bit of furikake on top just because I like that little bit of salty thing going on, and that is about it. I ended up adding in an egg, and I don't add it in until the very end because I do like them a little bit runny, and with the residual heat it ends up cooking all the way through to like a soft boil, which I very much love. The texture is amazing. If you guys haven't had savory oatmeal, you should definitely give it a go. So here we have a couple of steaks that Mark grilled. He grilled some of it for himself, and at the same time I'm going to be stealing some of it later on for my wraps. I also wanted something sweet, so pretty much had one rice cake. These are amazing. In Canada they have the caramel chocolate chip. If I'm not mistaken, in the US it's just a chocolate version, but for this one, the macros, it's about 60 calories per, and I try to limit myself just because it is full of like sugar and obviously it's processed, but I always think that a nice treat every now and then is okay, and these are my absolute weakness. I don't buy them every single time just because I know that sometimes I lose control with them, but it is a nice treat. Bella, hi! Bella, are you trying to walk yourself? Are you trying to walk yourself? It is also my time of the month, so I am actually craving for something salty and a little bit spicy, and this kimchi will have to do. As with all fermented things, they're great for our stomach, and nutrition wise they're pretty bomb as well. The only thing that I would really watch or be cautious about is the sodium that's in it, but that's nothing that a lot of water can fix. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and probably have 100 grams of this. So like I said, I am currently craving for something salty and something spicy, and this about fills that craving. Sometimes I will find myself craving for something sweet, which is honestly a little bit harder to satisfy. Cravings are real, especially when it's almost your time of the month and your hormones are just changing. A lot of times when we find ourselves craving for something, it's actually our body's way of telling us or giving us signals that it's actually missing something or needing something. I try to ask myself if I'm really hungry or if I'm just bored, because I've been there. I've been at that stage where I tend to go eat just because I'm bored, just because I'm at home, just because I'm surrounded by food. So one of the things that really helps me is if I find myself craving for something, I ask myself first, am I hungry, or is it just something in my head? 2, I try to drink as much water, and then if that doesn't work, I try to have it. The key, I believe, is to really just having a good portion or having a good serving. Once you're done with the serving, set it aside. Sometimes if you are still hungry, then it means it's probably time for a real meal. I believe when it comes to being in a caloric deficit, it still comes down to calories in and calories out. So it's sort of like an 80-20 balance. It will vary for each person, but I generally like to eat healthy and wholesome foods about 80%, and I leave that remaining 20% for my favorite snacks, for going out to eat, so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for Bella to finish drinking water very loud before I show you guys my dinner. Hi, baby. Hi. And I know it is still hella bright outside. It is currently 7:30 p.m. in the evening, and it is time for dinner. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would know that I'm a huge fan of big salads, fully loaded salads, because it's just perfect for volume eaters like me. And here I do have chopped lettuce and ground turkey. I like getting the brand Lilydale from Costco. With that, I added some low-fat cottage cheese, some grape tomatoes, some baked sweet potatoes or Japanese yams, as well as corn, avocado, and then I added in some wings hot sauce. I also like having peppermint tea. It's amazing to like calm me down, and it is caffeine free, which is great. It also has benefits for digestion and just really to give you like sort of like a restful night. And absolutely the last meal for the day, I'm going to be making sort of like a steak wrap, and here I do have one garden tortilla. I love the brand Dempster's for it. I think no other tortilla brand comes close. It is so soft. And I added in a handful of lettuce, of grape tomatoes, and corn. I didn't even bother weighing it anymore just because it's such a tiny amount. And I also added in 80 grams of sirloin steak from the steak that I showed you guys earlier on, and also half a slice of cheddar cheese. I didn't want to add too much fat anymore into this meal, so I only added in half. 10 out of 10, absolutely love it. Cheese and steak is actually such a good combo, and it's such a great way to sort of like end the day. Good morning, guys. So that is pretty much going to wrap this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed sort of like a day in the life and my full food diary and what I eat in a day. So let me know down in the comment section below if you guys enjoyed this and if I should continue making this sort of like a weekly thing or maybe a bi-monthly thing. I am also thinking of putting up an episode where I meal prep. I generally prepare everything twice a week. I usually do that on Sundays, then again towards the end of another week, usually on Thursday, just because I start to run out and I don't want to keep things in the fridge too long. And whether you choose to count macros or intuitively eat, both methods work. It really comes down to what works for you, your lifestyle, and your personal preference. I know a lot of people who find most success in a science-based, macro-based diet where they're counting their protein, fat, and carbs down to a T, and I know some people at the same time who don't like to be limited by macros, and or they've been previously counting macros and now they've switched over to intuitively eating. As with all things, you will have to experiment and see what works for you, so don't be afraid definitely to try one or the other. See if it works for you. If it doesn't, try the other. So I'm going to be cutting this video short. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like the video, and if you haven't subscribed as well, click the bell button to subscribe so you guys never miss another video from me as soon as it comes out. Till next time, guys.